You have not lived unless you have watched the Brown family from Sister Wives get into an RV, drive across America to go meet a polygamist family. The Browns have gotten into RVs many times. There was one time where they went to somewhere in the middle of the country. They were learning about, I said that weird country, somewhere in the middle of the country. They went to Nauvoo, Illinois. They went to Nauvoo, Illinois, and they were doing this pilgrimage for their religion. They went on this tour. Everybody was getting all emotional. It was a lot. But the family, they're in the RV. On that trip, nobody had fun. They had no stops planned. They did not have a good time. Everybody was cranky. Trip 2, I believe, is when they met the Richards family. It was like Nathaniel, and he had 2 wives, and that family, I believe there was some tea about that. So if you guys know, I feel like I've read it on Reddit or seen it on here. That trip I think was a little bit better because they did like more stops, because the wives are like, we can't do this. This is too much. This is too much. And then they did that other family where they had like the license plate where it said polyfam. Someone was like, Dad, what does polyfam mean? And he's like, what do you think it means? And the other kids are like, polygamous family. And like, there's just something about like, I love kids. I want kids. That's the tea. But there was something and I'm just like, oh my God, that's really cringy. And then side note, when it's your kid, do you find it cringy or do you find it like funny and silly? That's just a side note. But one of the RV trips, I think it was either the second or the third, I believe it was the second. They went to the place where they ate like that big steak and all the sides and all that sort of stuff. You had to do it in under an hour. It honestly looked repulsive. Look at this boy. It honestly looked repulsive and disgusting. And the guys were like, my gut hurts. I'm going to throw up. And I'm just like, that is like not the vibe. If you have to get back into an RV, you're going to be bloated. You're going to gotta go to the bathroom. That is insane. Not what I would call a fun family trip. But so many nuggets of gold come out of those RV trips. When Robin opens the door and the snow hits her face, she's like, I don't give a shit. And like, as she yells, Cody's like, you gotta be quiet, we have neighbors. And then she's in the little talking head. She's like, I just turned into a crazy monster because of the snow. It's like, girl, we see you. We also have Cody and Mary fighting because Mary's like, I'm good to drive. And Cody's like, you need to rest, and all this sort of stuff. We're going to do a part 2 because I want to hear your takes on like the RVs. What were your favorite moments? What moments just like made you cringe? What moments we should focus on more?